fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live. you know, I've been up and down, back and forth, left and right, in and out about Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. He recently mentioned Derek Chisora as a possible opponent. But now he is in Greenland drinking beer with his father, John Fury, and they are looking for Thor. Say no more. Bars. Okay? So these guys are looking for whatever comes. And the $1 million question, as you guys just seen, I posted a video prematurely, honestly, about Tyson Fury. And the question was, and the video was about, is Tyson Fury really wanting to fight in a serious platform? And again, let's hit that like button, guys. Let's get up there. Let's talk about some Tyson Fury. And it's kind of funny where or how history repeats itself, because we're looking at Tyson Fury once again. Supposedly there is a offer increase from Chisora's side. That has not really been confirmed, though. So we don't know how true that really is. We won't know until we hear something from Chisora. And by the time Chisora probably responds, I will be in the friendly sky, or I'll probably be in Dublin, Ireland. Shout out to Ireland in the house. Let's get those likes up. Forgive the non-presence of my face. I just had surgery, so I had some stem cell surgery that caused some swelling. I don't want to be jacked up on camera, so that kind of explains that. But Chisora, I never seen Chisora turn down a fight, but I have seen Chisora ask for more money. So Chisora, of course, you know. Is a guy that you've known him to fight everyone, fight any and everyone, and he didn't necessarily Tyson didn't say Chisora, but that's who he was in negotiations with. And Big Boss, what's up, brother? Salute. And Tyson just basically said, "Get fucked." Tyson Fury hits out at Derek Chisora for asking for more money to make the trilogy bout, as the Gypsy King hints that the proposed fight is now off. Okay, so damn with making history. Football first. Stay good, champ. Absolutely. But it just shows you, like, well, how big was the trilogy anyway? Making history, legacy. How about fight Anthony Joshua 3 times? What about Usyk in a rematch? You know what I mean? We've got Wilder, which he called it was a one-trick pony at one time. Had a bullshit resume, and the only person that Wilder fought besides Tyson Fury in the last 3 years was Luis Ortiz, which he's already defeated before getting in the ring with Tyson Fury, and Dominique Brazil. So where does that give Wilder legitimacy for Tyson Fury beating him the way he did? So what does that make Tyson? See, one thing about anytime you have negotiations or promote any type of fight, you have to remember to stay consistent. See, Floyd did it best. Floyd never took a guy, he never, first of all, nobody was better than Floyd. Floyd was just like, Floyd. Joseph. Tyson wanted his name in the mix since AJ is in a big fight in a few days. That could have been it. It could have been. Then Big Boss, you come back with Eddie wasn't willing to give him away without making as much money out of Chisora as possible before he retires. Well, you have to look at Tyson Fury, and we have to really understand what's going on with Tyson Fury, who Tyson Fury is. He's probably one of the best heavyweight boxers of this era. In fact, I know he is. But the fact is, he's not the highest paid. He doesn't have the, he doesn't have the star power. And we don't know how much he was offered. We don't know how much Derek Chisora was offered. But if it ain't, if whatever he was offered wasn't the type of money that he's accustomed to, Derek Chisora ain't gonna do that shit. That's one thing about Derek. He might fight anybody, but he's not gonna be anyone's fool. He's not gonna come and, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take these fights. He's not an Emmanuel Augustus, okay? He's not this journeyman that you think. He's a journeyman with a twist. He wants more money because he knows exactly what he does for a living is dangerous, and he knows what he puts into the fight himself, and that's blood, sweat, and tears. Hard work, dedication, okay? Credibility and liability. That's what Derek Chisora brings to the table. Knockouts or get knocked out. That's him. So if he knows he brings him excitement to any fight that he's in, you're going to have to pay him. And if Tyson Fury, or should I say Frank Warren's money ain't like Eddie Hearn's, it's not going down. This isn't a mandatory that like we had against Dillian White. This isn't that type of fight at all. This is a fight from a fighter that he's fought twice before. So if that's the whole idea, you know, because I heard someone say, well, you know, he's giving Derek Chisora, a payday. Well, the question is, how big is the payday, and how big was the amount of money extra that Dillian White, or Derek Chisora asked for? You know, so it's really all unclear. So you really don't know what to believe. The reason Fury wanted to fight Chisora was he's somewhat similar to AJ as a prep fight, and he knows the more active, as in recent fighter goes into the big one with more of an edge. Well, Tyson's going to have the edge of momentum anyway. He just stopped Dillian White. So Dillian White has been stopped 3 times with 3 different people. With Joshua in the 9th, Povetkin in the 6th, and Tyson Fury in the 6th. So, you know, that's Tyson Fury, but it's not clear, you know. I mean, it's weird. It's like, hey, you are in Greenland, so you take a flight, like a wild whim flight to Greenland, to find someone that's not looking for someone that's not there. And I just don't like this whole setup. I don't like the setup where it's, oh, hey, when people ask for more money, I get rid of them and tell them, get fucked. Get up. But there's not enough to explain, you know, financial reasons. Well, yeah, Derek Chisora is going to want more money. Go figure. He's going to want more money, you know. Luca Mora, get up. Problem is AJ has not much chance of winning. Well, I mean, he has a chance of it, I don't call it, I think it's a 60-40 maybe, but he has a shot. Joshua has a puncher's chance. He has a puncher's chance. Make no mistake about it, he has a puncher's chance. It's a big rule of Fury to be more recent active fighting going into one fight. Big one, hence into the big one. Hence the warm-up fights he was asked for when AJ was going to step aside. Yeah, he asked for a fight. People forget that. Before fighting Usyk, he wanted a tune-up fight. Frank Warren interviewed tomorrow complaining about Chisora wanting more money, no doubt. Well, I mean, he should. He should explain this to everyone, because all of a sudden Tyson Fury's in Greenland calling out the same silly son of a bitch that he's supposed to fight anyway in an exhibition. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, let us know something, because the skeptics are like, well, is the fight going to happen anyway? Is it going to take place? Was it ever going to take place? See, one thing you don't want people to throw any wool over your eyes, because we just heard about that Thor fight anyway, right before Derek Chisora. So this is what happened. He was talking about fighting Thor at an exhibition. Then all of a sudden he mentioned Derek Chisora wanting to punch him in the face because Derek Chisora picked the wrong guy, or didn't pick him rather, right? And then negotiations began, supposedly. All right. So then we have what? What do we have? Out of the blue failed negotiations because apparently or allegedly Derek Chisora asked for more money. Right. So if Derek Chisora asked for more money, what was the amount? How much did he ask for? Was it really unreasonable? And we really won't know until we get a public opinion. That's the whole thing about it. And see, in this community, we have to break down what's BS and what's not. I think that's important. Yo, Kurt, what's going on with your AJ Usyk prediction video? We've been waiting. Brandon, it's out. It's on members only. It'll be out. Uh, Let me see. Saturday or Sunday. It'll be out to the public. Okay. But, a lot of people have already seen it that are members. So if you're not a member, you're not going to see it until a certain time. It's almost like pay-per-view versus, the next week. I don't know if you watch boxing, but you know how HBO and Showtime did it, especially HBO. HBO, you would see it one Saturday, and then the next Saturday, you'll see it again, on regular HBO. That's how that prediction is. That's how powerful it is. That's how big it is. Lee Foster, Kurt, what is the name of the app you're going on? It's called Relevant, bro. Okay. It's this. Relevant is this app. That one right there, Relevant. That's what it looks like in the App Store. Let me turn it this way. Right? Relevant. We're going to have some nice stuff on there as soon as I heal up. And I'm still going to give content out. It just won't be up close, alive, and in living color. It will be, content. JR, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you in this piece. Let's hit that like button. If Tyson Fury isn't going to be looking to fight the winner of Usyk versus Joshua, he can just go away. MC, he should, but he won't because that's not Tyson Fury's style. You know why? Because it's not Mayweather's style. Tyson Fury knows and he's seen what Mayweather's done and he's seen the talent that Mayweather possesses and he sees, the star power, the influence over somebody that's in boxing but not in boxing. So if you got a guy and you admire a guy of that magnitude like Floyd Money Mayweather, well, you're going to do what Floyd Mayweather does. And what Floyd does is he fights without fighting. The art of fighting without fighting. So you're going to always see Floyd exhibitions until that motherfucker's 50 years old. And then you might see him then. Unless there's a bigger superstar that pops up above Canelo, and I don't see it because Canelo, I think either he's on the decline or he went to his peak and just, there it is, 168. 175, he might try again, but we'll see. But other than that, it's sad to see what boxing has reverted to. You got Jake Paul wanting to be in the rankings or getting ranked by the WBC for Mauricio. Sad. Making more money than regular boxers. Sadder. Everybody wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez without fighting themselves. Saddest. Because, I'm sure everyone wanted to fight Mayweather once upon a time, but not everyone got Mayweather, did they? No. Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo. Not saying that, does what he wants to do. But when you get to that point, it's like, yo, what are you really doing? Are you fighting the best or are you just fighting people that you want to fight? What is the music song you used for your Usyk repping power shots to the heavy bag video? Let's see. I think it is let's see here. Let me get it for you real quick. I didn't have anything. I don't have a song. I don't have a song on there. Luke Moore. I don't know. Ripping power shots to the heavy bag. Oh, that's Sound of Power. Okay, wait a minute. I know what you're talking about. Hold on a second. Let me get that for you. That is it is it is from my editing program, so it's I'll get it for you though. It's for my editing program. Lee Foster, I know it's got nothing to do with boxing, but what is Istanbul like? Istanbul is like a cross between Europe and the Middle East. Okay, you have mosque everywhere. It's probably done. It's like 89% Muslim. Um, from where I'm at like I'm at a hotel kind of close to down, not kind of close to downtown, but I'm where everything is at. I'm by a couple mosque. And it's crazy, man, because like every 3 hours or 4 hours, you hear them praying. And I think they have an intercom. So I'm like, yo, this seems like I'm in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran. You know what I mean? So but other than that, I really haven't went anywhere, you know. I just really just came here to, do a surgery. And then after the surgery, I'm just been kind of posted up in my room, ordered room service and just working on content, you know what I mean? Getting it out because I leave out in the morning, early in the morning. Okay. So I'm right now 2 hours ahead of you guys. So if it's whatever for six, so it's 12 o'clock. It's almost 12 o'clock here, you know? So if Tyson Fury isn't going to be looking to fight, yeah, I got that one. Come on, Derek Chisora. Really? What about Joseph Parker or Joe Joyce? No disrespect to Derek Chisora. I like Derek, but come on, man. Well, I mean, we don't know how much he asked for. So, there you go. You can't throw Tyson under the bus because maybe, that's Derek's way of just trying to get more money like he always does. He's almost like a damn enforcer, a long shark or something. Yeah, Canelo has reached his apex. It's downward from here. I don't even want to see Canelo versus Golovkin. Me neither. I really don't want to see that fight. I see no use in it. No, not that one, Kurt. It was before the training video. I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you know what? It should be. It's crazy. The song should be in the title, but it's not. Normally it is, especially when I use any song, it should be in the YouTube library. Fury has to April next year to fight a mandatory. He has just fought two. Come on, guys, get those likes up. Yeah, I know, right, big boss? We got 37 people aboard, 38. How about 38 likes? I think what people do, they see somebody hit a like or two, and then they do nothing. Don't worry about anyone else. You just do what's asked. Why not? I'd like to see him fight Jake Paul than Chisora. Jake Paul fighting Tyson Fury, I wouldn't want to see. Why? Because Jake Paul hasn't even proven himself to be a legitimate boxer. That delusion of optimism is a mother sucker. But he's selling wolf tickets. That's no different than, Ryan Garcia. Everyone's getting Turkish teeth over here in London too. And like a lot of people that follow the channel, like you counterpunch boxing. So it was cool. Really? And you call yourself Mr. Boxing fan? Best bully Scotland. Yeah. St. Don in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Mr. Boxing, yes, and a lot of hairdressers everywhere. Well, yeah. See, that would really fuck up the sport of boxing if Tyson Fury fought Jake Paul. Why? Well, it would clear up. We know Jake Paul ducked Hasim Rahman Jr. I don't know, man. I'm not getting turkey teeth, or I didn't get turkey teeth. I could ask for you though, but obviously they're pretty cheap. Nobody even wants to see Fury versus Del Boy. Yeah, I mean, see, we I don't crave Fury to fight a boxer as much as I would crave Jake Paul to fight a legitimate one, because Tyson Fury's a boxer. He knocked out Dillian White in round five, I think, right? You know, so there you go. When you're dealing with legitimacy, Tyson Fury has it, but it's like, well, how much legitimacy? Jake Paul doesn't have any when fighting boxers. So when you see a fight falls through with the second boxer that he's supposed to face, you're gonna look at that crazy anyway. I want a set of Rylands. Jake said he would fight KSI in London. Why not Tommy in London? Something fishy. Best bully Scotland. Well, what's fishy is because he did say he would come to England for Tommy, but how much of a commitment did he say that he was going to come to England? So if he goes over there and fights KSI, he knows KSI and his brother started this shit. So it's nothing changed. He'll just be fighting another YouTuber. But he knows that. That's why, oh, you didn't make weight, you're done. Oh, you can't make it. Oh, I'll come there, but will I really? No, it's done. I'm not having it. I'm from Turkey, man. Barbarossa, counterpunch to you. Diano, Fury can't fight in the USA anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he can or can't. We know in the UK, that's where a lot of great fights happen. And if he was wanting to fight, anybody, if Usyk comes there and wipes Anthony Joshua out, okay, him not coming to the States has nothing to do with him fighting Usyk. If he didn't want to fight Usyk, he just do not want to fight that guy. He doesn't want to fight him. That's no different than Manny Pacquiao and Floyd back in the day. I think Usyk will win with a KO. If he wins with a KO, Tyson Fury has to come and step up. Airism or Airsism. I hope I'm saying that right. My brother Kurt, Counterpunch love. Appreciate you, brother. Counterpunch back. No, but Tyson Fury, man, now he's chasing Thor. You know, you can watch the AJ versus Usyk fight for free. Open Usyk YouTube channel and use a VPN. Yeah, you could, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to support it, even though I don't have to, and even though I feel I have supported by paying for the zone, in which if the zone is spending more money, which they're going to do for Joshua, you're going to have to pay additional. So to justify it, I could do that. I could say, fuck it, get me a VPN and watch that shit at my house, but I'm not going to do that, because I know if I call myself supporting boxing, that's how it's going to go. But then the networks are being greedy. See, the zone's supposed to be the platform that nullified pay-per-view, that said pay-per-view was screwed, that did this, that did that. They were supposed to make that happen, but they didn't. They didn't. Warren said they're speaking to Usyk's team. Yeah, I heard Warren say that. I heard that this is happening. So let's see if it happens. Fury can't give Chisora a payday of the fans don't want to see it, it don't work like that. Hmm. Okay, James Locke. Gary Greathouse. What's up, everyone? What's up, Gary? Mr. Boxing fan. I think Fury will fight Usyk if he wins because that will be all he has left. Well, yeah, because if he pulverizes Joshua, I mean, beats the shit out of Joshua, Joshua will probably take a year off before even being seen again. And then Tyson Fury will talk shit about Joshua, call him a bodybuilder, a bum, a shit house, said that he was beat up by a middleweight or blown up middleweight, but then at the same time, that blown up middleweight will want to fight you. And if he doesn't take it, he's going to lose credibility. And I know he should be bitter, from bypassing all that money just to fight Wilder. I think all that was a bunch of bullshit, honestly, last year. Yeah, so much for no pay-per-view. Yeah, Lee Foster, they bullshitted us. You remember that, didn't you? Here's the zone. What do you mean? Just a monthly fee. See? Pay-per-view screwed. See? But now we see that it's not. Pay-per-view is now on the zone. But if we look at pay-per-view now having a platform of pay-per-view, or the pay-per-view model is now implemented on the zone, that means that fights like Joshua and Wilder can happen on the zone because it'll be pay-per-view. Counterpunch. Networks are really greedy now. AJ versus Usyk should not be in pay-per-view in the US. Canelo versus Triple G should not be on pay-per-view in the UK. I'm with you, Daniel. It's all bullshit. True blue. Tyson Fury doesn't need to fight in the US. When you can get 90,000 fans in the UK, you won't get that energy anywhere else in the world. True blue, you're absolutely right. And in fact, who wouldn't want to see Fury versus Usyk? They could probably have 100,000 people this time. AJ always takes too much time off. That's the problem. He don't fight enough. Well, COVID fucked everybody up. He fought one time in 2020, and he fought once in 2021. Eddie Hearn is trying to get as many subscribers as possible, making any popular fight to the public as possible. I've paid 35 pounds to the zone since Chisora fight and not watched a damn card since. Fury versus AJ or Usyk will be at Wembley. Kurt, did you see Wilder's fighting in October? Yeah, I heard he's fighting in October. I think I did I did something about Wilder. Did I? Yeah. Usyk will beat AJ again. It will be a bit closer this time than last time, but AJ will still lose. But Usyk will never beat Fury. Fury is too technically good for all of them. Well, we just have to see. You got to fight him first. Do you really think Dillian White was more technical than anybody that in the top 5? No. Or really the top 3? Maybe Wilder, but Wilder has the reach in the youth, or should I say, in the reach in the power punch. How long will the WBC give Fury after Usyk versus AJ2? Ryan, I have no idea. I don't know. I just think it's been too much time already. What are they waiting on? I mean, what are they really waiting on? And the question is, would they do that with anybody else? And the answer is yes. Anybody with money, anybody with that type of backing. Victor, I don't think Fury versus Usyk will generate 100,000 stadium seat. That's a match for real hardcore boxing fans. No, they sold out 60,000 him and Joshua. So what's going to happen if Usyk beats Joshua again? Joshua takes a lot of the influence in fans away from Anthony Joshua. Cyrex, hola Kurt, ¿qué pasa? Nada. AJ will win easy, quite easy, I think. Jack the Hat. It will be AJ versus Fury in December. Well, that's the fight Tyson Fury wants. If we know anything, he wants that fight now. Usyk and AJ will not be ready till December. But the network said no boxing till January because of the World Cup. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Boxing Fan, I did do a video on that. True Brew. Sorry. True Blue. Tyson Fury didn't look that great against Otto Vailene. Styles make fights. How Tyson wasn't stopped on cuts. Well, what people don't understand, Styles make fights. And I can already tell you, if Usyk beats Joshua, and that fight between Usyk and Tyson Fury made, the problem with Tyson Fury, he's such a little liar. Because he'll have you thinking that, oh, I'm in shape, I'm in the best shape of me life, and all that shit. And then he comes out there and gasses out. Then, like the trilogy fight with Wilder, all of a sudden he couldn't run, he was depressed, he wasn't in good shape. I'm like, well, you guys said he was. Why would you lie on it just to save face, like the Jedi mind trick, the Big Ten fake out? I'm so disappointed in Dillian White. I had huge hopes that he would beat Fury, but his performance was extremely poor. Massive disappointment to me. Well, he got his opportunity, and that's the story of Dillian White, man. Thus far, he got his opportunity. He fought Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury stopped him. And then after he got knocked out, what did he do? He made an excuse. He fouled me. Mm, mm, mm. So, Mac, I'm with you. The Undisputed will be at Wembley. I believe that. And I believe it'll be at Wembley, whoever wins. But I just want Tyson to have the same energy. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't want him to look up to Mayweather like he does, but it's sad to say he does. And that's what really killed boxing. People trying to be like Floyd Mayweather, a guy that's fought everyone damn near, and then got rich, stinking rich, and didn't want to fight anyone except the people he chose to fight. So boxers that weren't stinky rich decided to do the same freaking thing. Therefore, boxing is dying from the inside, moving out, because you had someone like Floyd, and he's still taking advantage of the platform of boxing, just like Jake Paul, like Tyson Fury's trying to do. And it's stinking to high heaven, because instead of him showing you what normal legends do, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley, Muhammad Ali, all of these guys, they believed in passing the torch. Floyd Mayweather is like a modern day Shaka Zulu. What do I mean by that? If you guys know anything about the story of Shaka Zulu was a descendant from one father to son, then it passed the son. When that son was born, he gets old enough, he comes and he takes out the king in order for him to be king. Well, that's what those fighters did. Those list of fighters that I named, Ali, Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, a lot of these guys did the same shit. But it's like Floyd didn't. Floyd didn't fight Keith Thurman. He fought Andre Berto. Floyd didn't fight Erislandy Lara. He fought Maidana. Floyd didn't fight Amir Khan. He didn't fight these dudes. But he knew, like, there's chances those guys will beat me, so I'm not getting in the ring with those dudes. And Tyson Fury, if he's anything like Floyd Mayweather, he's going to be a disappointment when it comes to legacy, anyhow, because he won't do or won't fight the fighters that you want him to fight. He'll fight the fighters that he wants to fight. Why? Because if it was successful for Floyd Mayweather, it's successful for Tyson Fury too. That's what's the point. Counterpunch. Again, if it's successful for Floyd Mayweather, it's going to be successful for Tyson Fury too, because he's going to follow that lead. Tyson Fury is going to do what he wants to do, is according to how Floyd did it. He wants to be the new version of the heavyweight Floyd Mayweather. I want to talk more shit. I want people to believe the shit that I talk. I'm going to call out names. I'm going to keep training. I'm going to always stay on social media or in the loop with somebody, regardless of who I fight or not. Okay. And it won't be the best people. I don't care what you guys think. My health is on the line. My kids are at stake. I thought about retiring from the sport of boxing, but I'm not giving up the WBC belt, which is weird because Floyd had no problem giving up belts because Floyd knew, hey, I'm bigger than that belt or any other belt in this particular weight class or any other weight class. They're paying me millions up front. Those sanctioning bodies can't guarantee dick to me. That's Floyd. Kurt, 190s, 180s should be light, heavy, and just get rid of the cruiserweight division because majority of them are heavyweights. I believe you. You know, Rocky Marciano would be a cruiserweight right now. And then he was a small heavyweight, but I don't want to get on him right now. I'm going to leave Rocky Marciano alone for another chat. Fury ain't cleaned up the division. Should I say he ain't cleaned out the division, Deano? He ain't did anything of the sort. You beat Wilder and Dillian, you know, or should I say 7 years ago now. Fury ain't nothing like Mayweather. I'm just saying, that's what he's trying to do for the movie. You know, he's not a boxer. So why would you be the best fighter on the best heavyweight fighter, right? In a lot of people's eyes, why don't you just take that fight? You know, do like Mayweather did McGregor. Make it kind of exciting, but still knock the guy out. Kurt, I heard rumors that Dillian White was injured when I don't know, but I heard that Dillian White himself said that he was fouled. So if he was already injured before he got in there, I say the same thing about Dillian White I said about Anthony Joshua. He shouldn't have been there. Counterpunch. He shouldn't have been there. If he knew something's wrong with me, I ain't 100%, I'm not going in there. Fury and Sugar separation, don't you think it's another prank? I don't know. I don't know, man, because, I mean, he's done that before. He's done that same shit before and had everybody thinking he left Sugar Hill, you know, and he's got another trainer now, and he's telling, you know, he's been there the whole time for me career. He's been there. So, but no, we don't know what Tyson Fury's going to do. It's just strange to me how he is so like quick to, you know, fight exhibitions, stuff like that. Would you say that the White he wants a big payday again? I would say so, but you know, he's had a few paydays. I think Fury has skills that figures his size can't match up with, but he still avoids the tough guys. He a White tall Mayweather. Big Wall. He would say that White he wants a big payday again. He's not all that. Well, we have to see who is all that. So if Tyson Fury's not all that, who is? Maybe, just maybe, none of these fighters are all that. It just depends on the fighters that they match up with, and then that would be their night to lose. I can live with that. But anyway, I'm about to hit the hay. I got to take a flight early in the morning. I'll try to reconnect with you guys either in Turkey or Ireland. Okay. But I only have an hour there before I fly back into Toronto. So I will try to hit you guys up live. I have some content coming for everybody, so stay tuned for that. God bless you guys, and everybody on the chat has been Counterpunch. Peace.